Back in the spring of 2010, the city began a process to determine what our community would look like 20 years from now. The goal? To accommodate for growth in population and to enhance the livability and quality of life. 1 year later, Envision Eugene is ready for the next phase.
Now that we've spent about a year working with the community and identifying the values and things that should really inform our plan, we've put that all together and released a draft proposal for Envision Eugene.
The Community Resource Group helped shape 7 pillars on which to base the Envision Eugene project. These pillars will guide the implementation of Envision Eugene.
The 7 pillars are definitely a direct product of the community input that preceded this document. And the title of the document is Envision Eugene, a Legacy of Livability, and that really reflects the value that the community puts on livability in Eugene. The first pillar is about providing economic opportunities for all community members, and this is really focused on meeting the economic needs of Eugene residents today and in the future. The second pillar is about providing affordable housing for all income levels. And this is really focused on meeting the growing and changing housing needs of Eugene's residents. The next pillar is about planning for climate change and energy uncertainty. And this is really planning for an unknown future around what gas prices and oil prices will be doing, and also recognizing that we are experiencing some shifting in our climate and how to be prepared for that. The pillar about promoting compact urban development and efficient transportation options. This is really about how we grow more densely as a community, and this is needed in order to minimize any kind of urban growth boundary expansion that is needed. Protect, repair, and enhance neighborhood livability. This talks about the character that we want to see in our existing neighborhoods and in our future neighborhoods as we grow. Again, that quality of life and that livability is really important. Also important is protecting, restoring, and enhancing our natural resources. And these are natural resources both inside our urban growth boundary and also in those areas like our prime farmland that surrounds our community. And finally, the last pillar is about providing for adaptable and flexible implementation. And this goal allows us to ensure that we have a dynamic plan that can shift and change with market conditions and as things change on the ground.
From the Community Resource Group grew the Technical Resource Group, or TRG, formed as a means for community members to become familiar with detailed data. The group can then verify or adapt technical assumptions presented by the project team.
The TRG came out of the CRG, so all of us who are on the TRG were also part of the CRG. And the goal of the TRG was to verify the details and recommendations that are made so that it takes personal opinion and biases out to the extent possible. The makeup of the TRG is a very mixed group of people who represent ends of the spectrum and the middle of the spectrum in terms of political opinion, and that I think we all have the same goal, which is to make sure that to the extent that we can, that we're relying on actual facts and data rather than just opinions and persuasions and biases. So in my opinion, it's working really well, and we managed to catch ourselves now and then and have to back up maybe a few steps and get additional data in order to make sure that what we're putting out is data and factual and not opinion. But the process is working really well, and I think everybody on the TRG feels good about the information that's coming out so far.
The Technical Resource Group is a group of community members, stakeholders, and staff that are working together to verify some of the assumptions that we're using to understand what the number of jobs and homes are that we'll need for the next 20 years and how much additional land that they'll need. They're looking at things like the U.S. Census, the American Community Survey, and national reports and studies to help give them background on this analysis. And some of the things that they've been considering recently is what the single-family land need is going to be. And so when they're looking at that, they're looking at things like demographic trends. We have an aging population. We know that household size is decreasing. And so what kind of effect is that going to have in the future on what types of homes people are going to buy and rent? They're also looking at things like how much land we might need for infrastructure, like streets and alleys, and additionally, how many homes we can assume on acres of land in the future. So what kind of density can we assume?
While some of the Envision Eugene process is still in general terms, there are also responses to very specific concerns. For example, where will compact development occur? And how will we plan for 20-minute neighborhoods where people can meet their daily needs just by simply walking from their homes? More information about all of Envision Eugene can be found at the website envisioneugene.org. You can also find them on Facebook and YouTube.
We've been making really good progress with the community and with the technical resource group on the draft proposal, and we'll continue to do that and refine the document over the summer months and then come back in the fall to have public events and update the City Council so we can get the plan ready to go for adoption. We'll also be having maps available on our website and at public events in the summer and into the fall to show people specifics about our urban growth boundary and how the strategies will take shape in different parts of the city. So we're looking forward to having people give us their feedback about that.